Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of r/Entitled People. In today's episode, woman tries to steal our table at restaurant while we're eating. Woman hit me, 21F, and yelled at me for disrespecting her because I ignored her demand to shove past a baby, single mother, and elderly grandma on the plane. Giving it for free isn't good enough. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Woman tries to steal our table at restaurant while we're eating. My husband, myself and our almost 2-year-old were eating breakfast at a very small mom and pop diner that had 8 tables and 2 waitresses. My husband and I were done eating and had paid the bill. My little toddler was of course taking her sweet time and still eating, and we were contentedly sipping our coffees. A rush of people started coming in the door, and their wait times gradually increasing with each new table added to the waitlist. People waited outside on this day, and the waitresses offered them cups of coffee while they waited. A woman entered and said, "I'll sit here," and gestured to our table. The waitress said, "There are other people ahead of you." The woman argued back, "What people? Where are they?" And the waitress said they might be walking outside. "Can I offer you a cup of coffee to take outside?" And the entitled woman responded, "You can put the cup of coffee at this table," again gesturing to our table that we are still occupying. This continued on before finally the woman agreed to be added to the waitlist. It was so annoying, I felt bad for the busy waitress to have to deal with her on top of trying to do the rest of her job. ETA. My toddler is a person, you all were once people too. We occupied our table for a totality of less than an hour. At this point, we were less than 10 minutes away from being finished. Thinking back, this small diner had 6 tables and a small counter for seating. Which is why the wait times became long quickly. Some people are slower eaters, and for 10 minutes you shouldn't be punished for that. I work in restaurants. You'd be amazed how few people consider children as people. Like, we get the party of 4 up to the host stand, and they have 4 adults and 3 kids, because kids don't count, apparently. Of course, children don't count. They'll be too busy running around to even sit at the table. Seriously though, I never understood people who didn't count their children when making reservations. Like your child will take up space, do they need to be counted so they can get their own seat? Some people just don't have any common decency. Had that happen to me once. As the check came, someone decided to try to sit at the table as a way to claim it. The waitress came and my GF and I told her to take the check back, that we changed our mind and wanted dessert after all. People are assholes. I would have let the waitress know when we were leaving just in case the old battle axe tried to jump the line. Woman hit me, 21F, and yelled at me for disrespecting her because I ignored her demand to shove past a baby, single mother, and elderly grandma on the plane. This happened a few months ago. I, 21F, was waiting to disembark my flight from DC to Newark. A couple behind me, probably 50 years old, were bickering because the woman was trying to make a plan to get off the flight quickly, and the husband told her to calm down, as they weren't in any rush. They were well dressed, wealthy looking, but still in commercial. The man in my row got off, but before I could, not that I was going to cut the people in front of me anyways, a single mother entered the row and brought down a stroller for her small baby. Another woman, a grandma type, who I don't think was related to this family, also got into the row. She was very old and feeble. So, yeah, it was taking an extra moment, but not really that long. I felt a small smack on my arm and heard someone say to just shove past, or something along the lines. I thought maybe it was the woman behind me, but I figured it wasn't directed to me and I didn't look back, as I didn't hear it well in the first place. Then came a smack that left pain in my arm for 20 minutes. I turned around gobsmacked, and the woman started to lecture me about disrespecting her by ignoring her. She kept going and told me my mother raised me poorly. I look very young, like 16, and she was talking to me like I was a child. I was so shocked, I couldn't respond. I turned around and continued to wait. I was not going to shove past this grandmother who was waiting for the young mom to figure out how to move down the aisle with the baby in stroller. The woman then loudly shit-talked me to the husband. He didn't say anything to me or her about me. Nobody stepped in, even though it made a scene. Maybe they thought I was her daughter. The worst part is, shortly after disembarking, I saw them standing around at a snack booth. They weren't in a rush at all. Somebody who knows airline regulations better than I, would it be possible to complain to the flight attendants and have this woman detained? I realize this happened after the flight already ended, but that woman sounds like a menace who would cause trouble in flight, too. It is still battery. OP should have had the police involved. This kind of shit behavior never changes without serious consequences. Giving it for free isn't good enough. I have been very lucky to have family and friends pass down baby clothing. Boxes and boxes of clothing hardly worn. My baby is very long for her age, so she has outgrown a majority of it quickly. Wanting to pass along the kindness, I posted on my local community page on FB offering a huge bag of clothing to whomever would like it. All stain-free and coming from a clean, smoke-free home. The amount of people messaging me demanding I drop it off or saying they want it but no showing is crazy. It is all high-quality clothing, hundreds of dollars worth of it. All for free, they just have to come get it. Or there are the people asking me to take pictures of every single item so they can hand-select clothing. I just don't understand it. It makes me not want to do stuff like this anymore. I just wanted to do something nice for someone else. I think the entitlement is a bit much. I think I will take the offer down and bring it to a domestic abuse shelter local to me instead. Sorry for any grammar issues. I try, but I'm not very skilled with my writing. Sweetheart, where were you when I needed what you are offering? I would have gladly picked it up and used all that fit my baby. And what the majority of it looks like, even if it is for the opposite sex, doesn't really matter because babies sleep so much, the baby could wear those things for sleepwear. You are so kind, please, just block all the entitled Karens, and keep your offer up until someone agreeable comes along. However, a word of caution, I would take the bag in the car and meet them at a store when you go shopping. Quite often there is an area where people can sit and eat foods they buy there. Many times I have met people there to buy an item, and I gave away some very small pets in the parking lot too. Times are scary, and I prefer to meet in neutral territory, like at a store. Then, if they look scary, you don't have to tell them it's you can just keep quiet. That's why I don't do yard sales anymore, I just donate. Sick of the entitled people rolling up in their Mercedes and haggling with you for children's clothes or other things that are priced ridiculously low to begin with. Hint, I want to get rid of them, that's why they're 50 cents. Trying to get me to go down to 25 cents, like that's some big triumph on their part if I agree. Or the people who buy big items and want you deliver it for free. Not kidding, that has happened almost every time I had a piece of furniture out for sale. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.